All right, good morning. It is Wednesday, April 23rd. I'm leaving the gym. I am 2 weeks behind on making a video every week for YouTube. First week was my own fault, didn't make time for it. Second week, my son was born, so we've been a bit busy. Um, yeah, so my basic thoughts on that are one of the things that many people say is valuable in creating a YouTube channel is the skills you learn along the way. Public speaking, speaking to a camera, processing your thoughts and emotions, video editing, working with different softwares, all kinds of things like that. What I think the first skill is the discipline to do the thing, which sounds crazy because you think that discipline carries. And maybe for some people it does more than others. Maybe for some things it does more than others. But I show up to work on time every day. I show up to the gym or on my runs or whatever multiple times a week. Um, Generally, I'm pretty good at sticking to my diet. I've got a big appetite, but like I generally choose healthy foods. So I don't know, man. It's not like I don't have discipline to show up in other areas. But with a new thing that should be very low cost entry, just got my phone and a $10 microphone, it was hard to show up again. Why is that? Embarrassment, fear, uncertainty, not only with where it could or could not go in terms of developing a following or viewers or whatever, but also like what what to do, what kind of channel is this? Is this just a me talks channel? Is it a fitness channel? Is it a political commentary channel? I don't know. I had While I was thinking about this, I had decided that I should get over my concerns about it being a fitness channel because I'm not trying to get famous. And if I'm not trying to get famous, I should not be concerned with being accused of trying to copy any one creator, trying to get rich quick, trying to do this or that, whether by other people on the internet or by my own self, accused from left, right, and center. For the same reason, I also shouldn't be ashamed or embarrassed or concerned in any regard towards whatever other type of channel it should be, whether it's just me talking politics, religion, ranting about bad drivers on the road in Atlanta, Georgia, whatever. Because I'm not trying to do anything other than do this for me. So we're just gonna do it, and I'm gonna nix the schedule in terms of showing up every Sunday night because my life right now is crazy. I just had my fourth kid, lots of other stuff going on. It doesn't make sense to try to do this in such a rigid, regimented, scheduled way without any flexibility. So I'm going to try to do one a week. I think that that is very doable if I just show up. And I said I'm going to try to average one a week. So if I get two one week and none the next week, that's still an average of one a week. I can live with that. I think that's within a reasonable bound, reasonable reasonable bound of sort of what is acceptable to me. So try to do that. And if I just end up with more, then that's fantastic. I'll learn these new skills. I'll keep showing up. I'll keep getting better at speaking to the camera, which I'm not looking at because I'm driving home, just in case anyone is wondering. Yeah, but that's my thoughts on this YouTube journey so far. One thing that is troubling me, just while we're talking, is that life is happening too much to me, and I'm not happening enough to it. And that has been a theme for several years now. It's been a theme in so far as I have been thinking about this and wanting to change that. Um, Previously, I would not have been able to change it because we didn't make enough money. We're just getting by. We're just trying to feed our kids and stay afloat. Um, got a new job with a raise, and that was supposed to change, and then it didn't. Money doesn't go nearly as far as it did when I got the raise, and so now we're struggling. Um, we can eat whatever, but it's not enough anymore that we can like very diligently plan and assume these plans to come to pass within a certain margin of error. We're kind of hoping and praying that things work out with any sort of semblance to what we think it's supposed to work out as, or what we hope want it to work out as. Um, which is just to say we're back at the point where we're not happening enough to life. Life is happening too much to us. But one of the ways I think that I can affect that, even without financial gain, um, or quote unquote more work, is to start documenting my thoughts, start documenting how my days are going, start documenting good and bad so that I can look back on this, or at least even just the documentation process will probably help it stick in my mind and I can continually think about it. But I don't have a good way to do that. I have tried several times to like carry a little field notebook with me, and that never seems to work. It seems to get lost or like just get ruined in my pocket, such that the pages start falling out or the binding gets ripped up. Um, I've tried doing the journal on my phone, which works sometimes. It's generally pretty good if I'm doing it first thing in the morning. It's still on like sleep mode or do not disturb, and I just open straight up to it. That's not a problem. But if it's not that kind of thing, the phone is too distracting. It's got social media stuff. It's got emails, other notifications, um, people texting me or whatever. It's got too many things, productive and non-productive, that as soon as I open the phone, journaling or keeping a diary or note taking, whatever, is just immediately out of my mind, and I've forgotten what I want to write down or think about. Audio notes like this are probably the next best tool that I can think of, but the problem with that is if I'm in a public place or if I'm at work or in a meeting or whatever, I think about this thing, that becomes a bit unfeasible. Which is just to say that if I do that as like the primary method, what happens to all these secondary thoughts? And maybe the answer to that is similar to other answers in my life that I think that I've nailed down, which is um, don't worry about the problems of success before you've been successful. So maybe we should just try the voice notation, voice memo path before we start really complaining about its potential drawbacks. It's probably what I'll do. That might even be what this is. That might be an everyday or multi times a day thing, and this gets conglomerated into a singular video. So I started off this saying it was Wednesday, April 23rd. You might not see this till Saturday or Sunday or whatever, if that is the route it goes, or I might just upload this thing as soon as I park in the driveway. But um, yeah, so that's my thought right now that I'm trying to affect. Life is happening too much to me not enough to it. I'm not imposing myself on life enough. And one way I think that I can affect that is to actually take stock of my days, figure out what's working and what's not working, figure out my emotions, where I'm feeling good and bad, good good days and bad days, good points of days and bad points of days. Um, keep straight my ideas and what I'm thinking about, and then not worrying about the problems of success before I've actually been successful. That's like, this doesn't make any sense. It's good to be mindful of potential pitfalls in a journey. Sure, pack some extra food, pack some toilet paper to go hiking in the woods. It's not good to say, oh, but we might be a little tired by the end of it and we might have to learn how to forage for food or something. Pack some extra food, go, be on your way. Probably run into somebody, meet some friends, learn some new things, and figure it out from there. Um, yeah, anyway, that's all for this morning.